Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Going in the fourth and final hour here of Court of Swords, the Necromancer King. Whose turn is it, Adam? Oh, yeah, you guys are doing your sword thing. Go ahead.
It's Wraith time. It's Wraith battle. So, sword glowing with strange afterlight. The paladin charges through the rice paddies and clashes up against this shadow warrior. Here comes the swords. Look at his spooky face. Look at him.
He looks, man, I'm watching Lord of the Rings right now.
I'm
He looks like
He can get you. He can get you with a sword. So here comes the first sword swing. And he gets you. He gets you with it for 27 damage. So
I can heal myself.
As you run up, you bring your shield up
Good
to
Lord.
block the blow, and he just like plunges the sword through the shield into your chest, and you feel suddenly like horrible cold as maybe your knees buckle slightly. Can you make a DC 14 con save?
Just want to point out, Adam rolled 2 8s on a 48.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a con save.
Do what you gotta do. All right, so you don't have your permanent hit point total reduced. Then he takes a second swing.
Yeah.
He's nasty that way, but I miss.
Oh.
So this one you parry. So he pulls the sword free from your body, trailing your life's energy. He takes another swing, and this is when you get your sword up in the way, and it flashes gold as it meets his in midair. Mop, your turn.
I see this thing strike, and Commander, I'm just going to take the attack of opportunity from the skeleton and move right in front.
All right, so the skeleton is like, hey, where you going? So I thought we were fighting. He takes a swing at you. And he sticks his sword in your back for 6 damage.
All right, 42.
Slashes you across the back.
I will then make my round of attacks. I'm going to use Stunning Strike. And so when you hit another creature with a melee weapon attack, so I guess I need to wait till do I have to declare that before I attack? Or
when you connect the blow, then you can
do Stunning Strike. All right, so here is the spear. 20?
20 does hit, yep.
For 12 damage, and then I will incur a Stunning Strike, so he needs to make a con saving throw or be stunned until the end of his next turn.
Okay, with advantage.
It's 15.
Okay, got it.
And then let me mark off one key point. Here's the second. Does that count as a bonus action, or is that just a thing?
I think it's just a thing.
Just
it
a
just
thing.
happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second attack with spear. 15.
Yep.
12 damage. I'm going to do it again for another Stunning Strike.
Okay. All right. So same thing. Con save with advantage. 16.
Damn it.
It's like his best save.
Yeah. I didn't check the rolls. Yeah.
So you're
3.
you're taking punches at him, and he's fighting both of you at once. You're able to hit him, but the punches aren't same as fighting that other thing. It's like fighting a ghost, literally.
Right.
So it's hard to know if hurting him.
So I still have my bonus action, so then I'll just make my unarmed strike against him. I'll just make unarmed strike. 16 looks like a hit.
Yep.
8 damage.
All right. Sounds good.
So 32 damage total.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Cool. Dim?
All right. Dim moves up a bit. A little bit more. Sees the wraith thing in the distance and thinks it's an ally, and like he doesn't see Daxa over there, so don't worry, I will save you, and just launch. But he goes, is it? He's trying to figure out what's the command, but he ends up launching 3 bolts of fire at the creature instead.
Don't worry, I've got it. And then, oh shit, lasers.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first one, the second one, they're both misses. So 2 shots hit the rice field. I think near the two of you. You can hear like sizzling as the water evaporates. And then you have a third shot, I believe.
Adam, I am feeling lucky.
Jesus Christ.
I am feeling lucky right now.
You're the worst.
I would like to use one of my luck dice to roll instead of that. So.
Okay.
And I'm not feeling very lucky today.
Oh no! No.
No.
You're terrible.
Jesus.
So just hits the ground everywhere around, and just steam pile starts coming up.
Sometimes I love chat. Someone just said rice is done. So you instantly boil the field, but you do not strike the wraith even but once. Better luck next time. Daxa?
Yeah, How is
Oh,
Luther's?
you get so hold on. That's 7. You still get your normal bonus, right?
The luck dice is just a straight D20, and if you can use that instead of your original.
Right. So if you you'd still get the plus
So 14 instead of
the
7.
plus 7. Yeah. Right, because it's not the 7 plus nothing. It's 7 plus the 7
Oh, yeah.
you would normally get. It replaces the die. So that last one actually is a hit.
It does hit. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that last one does hit. Yeah.
Okay, so 6. Wow.
Hooray.
Oh, roll.
For 6
Wow.
fire damage. All right.
Wow.
So even though it is fire damage, it seems to be having the same limited effect as the swords and punches of your friends. It does burn away some of the wraith's essence, but doesn't seem to do full effect. Okay, Daxa, it's actually your turn now.
Yeah. What is Luther's health right now?
Luther, how you doing? How you doing, buddy?
17, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then oh shit, I'm far away. I didn't realize how far away I was. 80 feet. Okay. I will move forward.
Okay.
I'm gonna move like here. So I'm 50 feet from Luther. I'm gonna use healing word on Luther.
Yay.
Okay. So 1d4 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. So yeah, roll that d4, Daxa. And that's
Charisma
whatever your charisma modifier would be.
slash R1d4. Do I do like +4? Because that's my charisma. Okay.
Yep, that'll do it.
Nice.
Nice.
HP.
So inspired. So what is that like? When you use your words to heal?
Oh yeah, I like switched from Iron Maiden to like Adele.
Hard switch. Hard switch.
Yeah. Like instead of like battle music, it's like beautiful plinky plunky like meditation music or something.
Everything gets a little slow, a little bit of
Yeah.
Vaseline on the lens.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. I dig it.
India also, I think, would classify as that. Yeah.
Can't say.
We all just kind of even the monsters like, what the fuck? We're all looking around.
And I tell you hello from the other side of the cart.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my.
All right. Okay, Daxa, good work. Now you still have your action, right? Because that was move bonus action. You can still cast like a first level spell or take a shot with your crossbow or.
Okay. Well, that was a first level spell. I can't.
Yeah, but you could cast a cantrip, right?
It counts as a bonus action.
That's a full action. Yeah, because
A cantrip. Okay. How far am I from this guy? 55 feet. Oh, how convenient.
Don't forget about the other skeleton that we haven't killed yet that's in there.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one right
Skeleton.
behind us. We just said, "Fuck off, skeleton."
Great. I will shoot at that skeleton with my crossbow.
Okay, please do. Yes, you strike him with your crossbow.
Why do I always do that? Okay. There we go. 4.
All right, hit him for 4. All right, you shoot him with your crossbow, and his skeletal head turns on his shoulder, and he turns around, and now he notices that you're there, and he's gonna shoot at you with his bow. Two can play that game.
It's a bow off. He's gonna pull out his loot soon.
He shoots you.
Hey.
He misses you though. He's not as good with bows as you are.
It's like,
All right, Luther. You are locked in rock'em sock'em combat with this wraith. What would you like to do?
I regret using them level 2s on the other guy earlier. Oh.
Yeah.
That's a beast.
Yeah. This guy's kind of a bitch.
All right. Oh well, let's hit him up. Try to longsword his ass.
Okay. Yes, that is a hit.
I want to smite on it as well.
Okay.
So 9 and then 3d. He's undead? I'm guessing.
He's undead. Yes.
3d8. Nope. Slash roll. Fuck me.
Okay. Give him another
This
11.
is rough.
All right. Second attack.
That one is a miss.
All right. Can I add the bardic inspiration that I still have to
You
it?
sure can. Get that class synergy. So you roll a d8.
Nice.
Oh yeah, nail him. All right.
All right. Smite this hoe again.
Smite.
Okay.
Oh.
So you you slash him for 8.
These rolls, come on. Where the heck?
Terrible. Just
Rough.
Where's the
God
damage at?
awful.
Rough.
All right. So yeah, the power of your smite, it exists. You are smiting him. Maybe on the dim end of the bulb, but you're doing your best. Cool. Okay. So he unless you have any other actions, do you have a bonus action you want to use or anything like that?
No, I am spelled out currently.
Okay. So here comes the Wraith attack. So he attacks Luther. And I got a 24.
God damn it.
So you take 23 necrotic damage.
I'm
Shit,
not looking
you had-
good, guys.
Yeah, like two hit points. 2 hit points left, I think.
I'm at 2.
Yeah. So he just draws his sword through you in a wide arc, draining your life. Make a DC 14 con save, please.
Con save.
Nice.
Okay. So he doesn't perma drain you, and you're still up. So he's gonna try to finish the job. Here comes the
22.
second swing.
Oh,
he
thank
misses.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
Uh,
God.
So again, the first swing, cuts through you. You can feel your life waning, and then the second swing, he takes a swing. You manage to like throw yourself back, and he misses you. Mop, you want to try and finish the job?
Dan's probably gonna do ranged attack, so I don't think I want to knock him down. Yeah. All right. Here's spirit attack. I'm just gonna use my normal attack. Spirit 24. It's a hit.
That is a hit. Yep.
6. I
Okay.
will use my last key point to try to stun him, even though you get advantage and a +4.
He rolled an 8, Adam.
Uh,
That's a saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Guess you're using your other. You get 2 of these
Yeah.
per day. Right?
Yep, 2 of them per day. They're gone.
I was like,
Okay.
Dan, do you not want me to stun him? What are you fucking doing, you asshole?
Good.
And I was like,
Okay.
oh, you're doing it.
So that knocks him prone.
No, stun means they're stunned till the next round, which
Oh,
means
it's,
we get
it's-
advantage on them.
It's stunned.
Stunned is
Is that what the condition is called?
yeah, stunned. Stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move and can't speak. Only falteringly, the creature automatically fails strength and dex saves throw, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Okay. Cool. I'm just checking. He's got immunities to a bunch of shit.
Sure.
But that is not one of them. Weirdly. Cool. Okay.
Stunning strikes. Apparently, you can like stunning strike dragons, and it just makes no
Yeah,
sense.
he's immune to basically everything but that.
Yeah, for
Charm,
some, yeah.
exhaustion, grappled, paralyzed, petrified, poison, prone, restrained, unconscious, but not stunned.
Yeah, I what special spot does my thumb hit him?
Exactly. You just punch him in the eye,
Yeah.
and little birds flap around his head. Cool.
All
All right.
Advantage 16. Is that a hit? spirit attack?
Yes. Yeah. You hit him.
13 damage, and then I will make stunning strikes, not a bonus action, so I'll make my unarmed strike 14.
14.
Is that a
Yeah,
miss?
that's a hit.
Okay, for 9 damage.
Okay. All right. There you go. So yeah, you punch him, and it's like a supernatural strike. So what does it look like? Like, do you have like energy coursing around your fist when you stun him, or like what is it you can stun a ghost?
I think through all of Mop in his years has figured out how to turn his what a lot of people see as a disadvantage in his weight to an advantage. So like when he makes a stunning strike, it's all of his weight behind that blow instead of normally
cool.
just like with a spear.
Nice.
And so you get like the anime, like the air around him like crackles or something like that. When
Are
he
you
when the-
Bob from Tekken?
Yeah, pretty much when the strike connects. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So he is stunned, which means he's also incapacitated, so he can't take any action to the end of your next turn. And you have advantage on any attack roll against him, as does anybody. Cool. Dim, your turn.
All right. Dim will cast a 3rd level scorching ray on the guy.
Okay.
So I get 4 instead of 3.
Yeah, nice.
right. And these are with advantage since
With
he's
advantage.
stunned. Okay, so 15, is that enough?
Yep. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think even a 14.
wow,
hits.
4.
Jesus, dude.
God.
Nice. Good
What
stuff.
was-
20
That's a
for
hit.
6.
Okay.
21 for 8.
Uh huh.
And 24 for 7.
Okay. He's still alive.
Okay.
Just pathetic damage, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, all 4 rays like just blast him, and yep, you harm him, but you definitely don't kill him. Anything else this turn?
That's it.
All right, Daxa.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word again. On Luther.
Heal me. I like we're playing Overwatch. I need heals.
So that's R D4 plus 4. 6.
Okay.
8 HP. Go me.
And then I will again attack this skeleton with my
All right.
crossbow.
Sounds good. All right, you hit the skeleton.
8.
You deal 8 damage. All right, he's reeling. He's not dead, but he's almost there. With the last ounce of his skeleton strength. Do you want to move? Or are you good where you are?
I'll stay where I am.
All right. So he's his last bit of skeleton power. He fires his short bow at you, and I get a 7. He misses you badly. He just fires the arrow off into the sky.
Well, he missed,
Yeah.
whatever. But just to make sure for future reference, Stunning Strike says be stunned until the end of your next turn. So would he still be stunned through this until I go?
Yes, he's stunned until the end of your next turn.
Okay, gotcha.
So Luther will have advantage and all that shit on him.
Okay, cool.
Cool. All right, Luther, it's your turn.
Does Luther even want to stay on this guy? Oh my god.
You get advantage
How's
on him, man.
he looking? Is he looking good? Looking like he's just
He's pretty fucked up. He's dissolving. You can see like most of him has burned away. There's just bits and pieces of him remaining.
let's get his ass then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you hit. All right. Yeah. Second one hits too. So it's a total of 19. Okay. That is enough. That's it.
Nice.
Yay!
So yeah, despite the sword not doing that much, that second swing, yeah, you cut through him, and he just kind of dissolves into the waning light, leaving him destroyed.
Didn't die, guys. Well, not yet.
So
Dude, this guy
do
might be a
you-
fucking monster. Just to kill the whole party. All right, you don't say that with Adam. He might fucking crit somehow every attack.
So yeah, do you want to move, Luther? You still have
Yeah.
the rest of your turn.
I'm moving to the other guy here.
Okay, so Mop, your turn.
Yep, I will turn around and do my normal attack. Spear 14. Is that a miss?
Nice.
Is that hit?
No, that's a hit. Yeah,
Okay.
these guys, they're armor, but not that well.
13
Okay,
damage?
yeah, and that's totally enough to finish him off. Yep.
Great. Yeah, I spear him
Cool.
in the head.
Yeah, I mean, he's all crumbling and like falling apart. And so, yeah, you just come through. And I think that we see this from Dax's point of view, right? So he fired at you, you dodged, and then you see the spear, you see Mop's spear like pop out through the front of his skull, crumbling his skull and his body just tumbles into the rice paddy. And then there's silence. I mean, silence except for like the mosquitoes and, you know, the ambient sound, but there's no battle. Like the last of the bones crumble into the water. And and now there's quiet.
Whew. So everyone that was alive, like people and all, everyone's dead. That we can see in this area.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, aside from the group of you.
Yeah.
I'll walk over to the whatever this thing was actually called, the big bad of the fight.
The wraith.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gone. There's nothing there.
Oh, there's nothing there?
He's
not
just
even, like, dust?
evaporated. No.
Okay.
Is the large guy up here? Is he still burning and smoking?
Is the cart caught on fire?
Dax, are you still concentrating on burning up the ogre from inside?
No.
Okay. All right. So no, he's just smoldering.
Well,
Okay.
the duration's only a minute, so it would have worn off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So the fight finishes. I turn around, walk over to the wraith, see that there's nothing there. Stand up and walk over to Luther. Well, Captain, I'm gonna bury these men and women. They deserve it. If you want to help.
Okay. Gather them up. I'm going to. We're by a village, right?
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you walk for maybe another hour, you'll reach the edge of the village.
Oh, okay. Never mind. For some reason, I thought we was at the village. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're at the edge of the first of the fields that's connected to the village.
Gotcha.
And when I say village, it's only like a cluster of maybe like 6 or 7 buildings.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Let's bury the dead.
a question before we do that. Adam, were we told being in the army anything about dealing with like dead bodies in terms of how to make sure they stay dead? Was there any like
Burn 'em.
thought that was
so
passed
here's
along?
here's the thing. Here's a little quarter sword social commentary for you. If a society fears a thing so much that they're not even really willing to talk about it, no one ever learns anything and no one knows how to do anything about it.
Okay.
So basically the orders you were given when it comes to the dead was I don't know, chop them up, burn them. Nobody knows.
Okay.
Necromancy is very, very forbidden.
All right. Well, I will burn them then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dim could maybe make an Arcana check, or Luther could make a religion check, but for the most part, not so much.
Okay. Well, they will each get their own grave, so that might take some time.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh shit.
Wow. Look at that.
Fucking
Luther is a
Luther.
swingy as fuck.
If you're gonna burn them, though, why would you bury them? Just burn them.
You dig a hole, you put the body in it, you light them on fire, and then you bury the ashes. Like it's gonna take a long.
I guess you're right. I
Right.
guess that does make sense.
Yeah, we don't have enough time for that. Let's pile the bodies up and burn them if you
So
want
yeah,
everything.
Luther, why explain that critical fail to me? Why is it that you have this massive gap in your awareness dealing with the undead? Do you just skip like how to kill the undead class, or
I don't know. That's a good question.
yeah?
Maybe Luther refused to believe that the undead even existed before this happened, and now
Totally.
he's been awoken to this thing. And he doesn't have any prior knowledge really.
Yeah, I take
Just
it.
wouldn't
That makes
wouldn't
sense.
hear it.
Yeah, yeah, right. Like,
Blasphemous.
nope, not about it. That's blasphemy. Keep that Mara shit to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, for you, you've just been confronted with the actual like presence of the living dead, and the horrors they can inflict. And I think that like looking at your armor, you can see spots where the color has been bleached out of it by the sword of the wraith, and you're just standing like knee deep in this bloody water with bones kind of scattered around you as Mop begins to like drag the bodies up out of the water and set them on the ground, start digging. Does anybody have a shovel?
Well, the idea, like I said, I was gonna bury them, but really, we're just gonna pile them up and burn them.
Right. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're just throwing them in a pile and toasting them.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
And that'll probably be like near the wagon or something like that, since that other big guy's already there. We want to make sure he stays dead.
I didn't use the rest of my
And it's probably already
lay
on
on hands
fire.
points.
Oh, you're gonna heal
Okay.
yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna give myself 10 more. That's all my lay on hands. I'm an 18.
Because anyone who is participating in the piling of the corpses and whatever, you can't rest. Anyone who's not doing that, you can take a short rest here if you want to. So Mop, you can't short rest if you're gonna pile up the corpses.
That's fine.
So it'll also take longer if Mop's the only one doing it. So who's helping and who's not?
I will be resting since my strength's really low, anyways.
This is beneath Luther's
I have like half.
position. He's not doing it. Luther doesn't pile up dead bodies and burn them.
Okay. So sorry, Daxa, what do you want to do?
Well, I mean, I have like half my health, so I wanted to do a short rest so that I could. I can use my Song of Rest to heal over
Yeah.
a short rest.
Nice. Yeah. So how does that work?
So let's see. Can use soothing music or oration to revitalize wounded allies during a short rest. If you or any friendly creatures through your performance regain hit points by spending hit dice at the end of a short rest, each of those creatures regains an extra 1d6 hit points.
Nice. Okay. So you and I guess is Mop the only one doing the labor here, dragging out the soggy corpses, making a fire, doing all that? It sounds like you
So.
are.
Sounds
Okay.
like
All
it.
right. So the monk all alone drags these bodies out.
Mop's used to this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, and you have to leave these like they're waterlogged, right? And the whole area is all damp, and the only wood you have
Well-
is this like, yeah, it's gonna be
How
a mess.
how tall is this water? If they're waterlogged, then do they sink? Or are they at the bottom, or is it easier to pull them across?
It's not the pulling. That's the thing.
They're
it's
just
like
heavy
getting them
once we get them to
it's
the
like
land.
getting them to burn and like doing
Oh,
all that.
okay.
Yeah, dragging them once they're on land. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's gonna be a big nasty fire with lots of smoke.
It
But
probably
that's fine.
smells great.
Send their souls to heaven. Maybe. I mean, no one here seems to be really sure what happens if you get turned into the undead and then you get killed.
Right.
So maybe not. We'll see. So yeah, I mean, night falls during this process. Anyone who wants to spend hit dice can do so, and then as per Dax's spell, you'll get some additional hit points. And Daxa, what is your song of rest like? What does it sound like? Are you singing, playing an instrument?
Yeah, I have my my lute. Or actually, I put the lute was for the spell casting, and I pull out my viol, which is like a violin that is played upright. It's kind of like cello but tiny. And I'm playing some kind of like very melancholic, almost like minimal classical song.
Okay.
And like kind of sing, but my injury prevents me from singing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, anybody recovering hit points, the song rejuvenates and empowers your healing. So you can do that.
It says, if you or any friendly creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points by spending hit dice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. You have to use a hit.
Yeah.
dice.
So your hit dice. Your hit dice in this case are like a number of dice you can spend on short rests to roll and recover HP. So anybody who spends them gets to roll an extra d6 on top of whatever else they heal.
So
On
1d6 for all of it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So okay, well we'll use you as an example. So how many hit points are you missing right now? How many hit points are you down?
Math.
Right. Sorry. You're at like about half, right?
Yeah, I'm exactly half. 19.
Okay. All right. So you are a 5th level bard, which means you have 5 d8s. You can spend as few or as many of them as you want. And when you spend them, each one you roll and you add 2 for your Constitution bonus.
Okay.
And then that's how many hit points you get. And then at the end of all that, however, you can spend one, decide if you want to spend another one, decide if you want to spend another one until you're done. And then you get to roll a d6 and add that to whatever you.
Okay. So I can do roll
So
a d8.
you start with 1. So just roll a d8 plus 2.
There's
Okay.
a hit
So
die button that you can click too.
Yes.
Makes
Yeah,
it
that's right. So that brings you down to 4 hit dice. But it brings you up to 23 hit points. Do you want to spend another one?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So do the exact same thing. There you go. So you get another 5 hit points.
Okay, and then I'll get 1d6 after that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It's the bonus.
All right.
So 3.
There you go. All right. Cool. Are you Luther? Are you spending? Yeah, you're gonna spend yours. Okay.
Luther's at like 5 HP.
I had 18 after I laid on my hands.
Oh, okay.
28 and I guess I need more than that. Give me another.
Oh.
Fuck you. One more, please. All right,
There you go.
40.
Then you got the D6. Nice.
Nice.
Full health. All right. Yay.
Okay. Great. All right. And I think that's it. Nobody else is spending hit dice.
Yeah, I
So if
can't.
you have anything that you recover on a short rest, now is when you recover it. Except if you're Mop.
Yep.
Mop, you pile up the bodies, you light the fire, and eventually it starts to burn. But it's a dim fire with lots of black smoke, pouring up into the sky. And by the time you're done, several hours have passed, and it's now full on like nighttime. The sky tonight is relatively clear. It is hot and buzzing with insects, and the moon rises up in the distance. The village you can see from here. There are some lights, maybe in the windows. Hard to say from here, but you can definitely see little like lights twinkling in the distance.
Okay. I think after I'm done burying him, I bow deeply in front of the bodies as a way to pay respect to the dead. And then walk over to the party, whatever makeshift camp or resting area they've set up.
So let me get you to make a religion roll. So you're a monk, which means you were trained in a monastery, which means the monastery was connected to some form of religious practice. Do you venerate a particular member of the a particular stage of the Arcana, or are you like a generalist in service to like the divine in general?
I think I'm definitely a generalist.
Okay.
Mop like grew up on the streets or whatever, so the only reason that he's in the army is because he just had to fight, and so he would choose not to in that sense. But
Okay, so you probably then learned your skills from other monks of the chariot. They're very heavily tied to the army, but you didn't pick up on like the chariot. So whatever ritual you're performing here, it's personal rather than
yeah.
religious in a church sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so like an informal ritual. Does it matter? Like, do you make a point of like letting the other characters know or hear what you're saying, or is this like a quiet prayer to?
I don't think there's any
like God?
prayer. It's just a very respectful, deep bow.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
And
interesting.
probably, I would think that Mop got that from when like his village was raided and his entire village was killed, et cetera, et cetera. That's what
cool.
The people that buried his, or rather, he probably just ran from the town. There was no burying, so he tries to pay respect to the dead as much as possible. He just had to run.
Right, you're used to practicality in the face of death.
Yeah.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, it's dark now. The only illumination is the sort of silvery light from the moon, and the stars, and then off in the distance the village kind of twinkling. What do you want to do?
Do we know, just like the local area, are they cool with the army? Are they
That's a
not
great
so
question.
cool? So we haven't had any running with the locals prior to this.
I mean, there were villages that you maybe stopped on along the way, and if they were still around, people did that thing where they're just like, the army's coming, like hide your kids and like close your doors, and like they'll march through, and maybe you had brief conversations with the elders of a given village, but yeah, they're just like stuck in the middle of a war zone. So they've already been forced to send many of their young people to go and become soldiers, and they're cagey at best, but technically, they're all citizens of the Court of Swords. So,
What do you guys want to do? Actually, I'll turn and be like, all right, we can't. I don't think we should stay by this fire because it's a huge beacon now. I'm not too familiar with the locals. We could go in the middle of the night. I don't know if we'll be welcomed, or we could move away from this and maybe we can have another nice tent.
We should definitely move away.
Yeah.
As soon as possible. Walk for an hour or two, then camp for the night.
Why not go to the village?
Who knows if there are villagers inside? Perhaps it's more undead.
There's strength in numbers, though. We need allies. We're alone.
You're
I need
allied? Oh, go ahead, Ann.
I need a shower.
I look up at the sky. I don't think it's going to rain anytime soon.
In the village, I'm sure they have water.
Commander, what do you think of the village?
Well, I don't know much about it, so it kind of worries me. But we can go to the village if you guys really want to. We've beaten these things. I think we can handle anything. Feeling very confident and spouting the same things I spouted before when the whole legion was wiped out.
We can at least scout it out.
All right, let's go. Start heading that direction.
okay, all right.
I'll be like 40 feet in front of the party, stealthing the way there. Like as a scout.
So you're gonna run ahead and then tell them like slow down because I'm gonna sneak, or do you want to like scout ahead? Because that's the thing is if you're only 40 feet ahead, they'll catch up with you right away because you're moving slowly and trying to stay hidden.
Yeah, that's true. I'll wait till we get closer to the town. I'll stay with them until we get closer, then I'll go in as my own scout.
And you're just like trucking up through the water, through the fields.
That's gonna be loud. Is there like a thorough path or like a main path leading into the town?
Yep. Yeah, you can follow that little wagon cart trail, and it goes around the field and then cuts between two rice paddies and leads right up to the village.
I think we should go through the rice paddies, but if we go on who's to say what's on the main road going in?
Well, you're our scout, so we'll follow your direction.
Not by trade. This is just me thinking. I'm as much of a scout as you were a commander before you decided to rush in. So that's what Mop proposes.
Sure. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, lead on.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you just follow the wagon cart, find a pathway, and then and start heading into the village. And it's clear pretty quickly that this village has seen better days. There are a few outbuildings, the sort of huts that are closest to the field. I think the first one you walk by, it's been burned recently. The roof is caved in. One of the flickering fires you saw is the embers from a fire that consumed most of the building. So it's all collapsed on one side. These are little thatched roof villagers' huts. All of the family would live in a one room hut. There's a pen next to it where you would normally find goats. But as you walk up the pathway, you see there's a peasant woman just lying on her face in the path with 3 crossbow bolts in her back. There is smoke coming up from the thing, and in the pen, the goats have all been murdered. They not slaughtered or butchered, but been cut open or had their throats cut, and so their bodies are just kind of scattered throughout the pen. And as you get closer, you can see more smoke rising from the village. There seems to be from here, somewhere in the center of the village, a stone structure. Often these buildings, the villages are built up around a shrine or a temple, so it might be something like that. And you can hear just barely above the buzzing of the insects, you hear the ringing of a bell, or a brass prayer bowl or something, and a very low kind of throaty chanting sound.
Can I make a religion check to see if I know what that is?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Would you like some help?
I rolled a 21, Adam.
Yeah. That's how this game works now. You roll 2d20.
No.
One is the tens digit.
It says right there that's a 21. Roll 20.
Yeah, if I squint real hard, it looks like a 2 and a 1 kind of far apart. Yeah, no. I mean, I think you try to listen, and it's just that it's too quiet. You can't even hear it anymore. It's just what? I thought I heard that, and you're not sure. Yeah. But yeah, also anybody else can make a check, because you stop when you all hear that, and you see Mop kind of
How far is it?
From here, a couple hundred feet, up the path. The path leads right to it if you just keep walking straight.
Okay. I want to sneak closer, but I want to stay hidden.
Okay.
Are you? I don't know if Luther was actually doing a check or if you're just rolling.
Oh, no, I want to do one as well. Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. With a 14, I mean, you can still sneak up. We'll get to that. So Luther, you all paused for a second. You're let me. And so Luther, you think on it a minute. You try to listen, and it's hard to make out. I'm gonna give you a disadvantage, but it's still fine. That was the first one you got anyway. And I think that you can make out bits and pieces. It's a chant that's not in a language that is used conversationally. It's a sacred language. Supposedly it's the language of heaven, passed down to mortals. And I can tell you this, it's not the kind of chant that necromancer servants would use, unless they were trying to trick you into thinking that this was a safe place to come and visit.
Yeah.
And it's this droning, repeated, rolling kind of chant where they're there's the bell ringing, and it's kind of hypnotic. If you listen to it, it blends in with the buzzing of the insects, and yeah, it's a little You kind of have to shake your head and be like, oh, like you know, keep yourself from getting lost in the sound of it.
Well, I'll relay the information that I don't think this is necromancers, but I don't know what it is from the chants.
Yeah. Okay. So Dax, are you sneaking your way up there?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth roll. 12, is it? All right. Just see here. Okay. All right. So you begin to skulk your way into the village. Now, Daxa, we stay with you, moving from shadow to shadow, and none of the huts really get that much bigger. They stay to be kind of one family size. Maybe there's one, like the elder's hut would be much larger because she probably has like multiple families living within there. We've seen some of this stuff earlier in the series, but every village, no matter how small, has a 4-person council that leads it. There's a king, a queen, a page, and a knight. Those are titles that are given to the leaders of the village, and so they would all live together as a sort of family and reflection of the structures of heaven. And so you walk by these buildings, and they're all really clearly the sign of this village having been butchered. Right, there are dead people in the street. There's blood splattered on the ground. There's dead animals. We see a body lying. Actually, there's probably a pile of them. Bodies that were maybe too like mangled by combat to be worth anything to the Necromancer King, that have all been piled up and left unburned. And the place stinks, even in the relative cool of the evening, of corpse. I think that as you approach, you see a group of like a half dozen wild Riverland dogs, like chewing on a body that they've dragged out of one of the houses, and they're like fighting over it, snarling at each other. They don't seem to notice you. The stone building that you're approaching is a large, kind of squarish stone structure, maybe 2 stories, very simple, plain walls, and it looks like it was attacked. There's evidence of battle here. You can't see the door. You're coming at it from a side angle, but as you get closer, that low kind of droning chant becomes clearer and clearer to you. And I mean, you've got a musician's ear. You can tell that there's at least 4 people chanting in there at counterpoint to one another. And it sounds, the chant is intended to sound like one unified noise, but you can pick out that it's actually 4 different people. So someone will ring the bell, everybody else is chanting at different pitches, and and you can hear them, even though you may not understand the language or know the significance of the chant.
Okay. I can't see the people making the noise. I can just hear them.
No, yeah, you just hear it.
Okay. So is there a way, I have a spell called Unseen Servant, which I can create an invisible, mindless, shapeless force that performs simple tasks. Can I use that to, like...
An invisible, mindless, shapeless force, like chat. Ooh. Yes, you can conjure one of those.
And then, like, send that in so it can tell me what it sees? Is that a thing?
No, it can't talk to you. It can't like impart information to you.
Okay. Trying to think of how I could use that to like figure out what's going on in this village. Is there like something I could roll to see if it like can find a like a notebook or something? Maybe.
Yeah, let me look at what's the name of the spell? Let me look at the details of it.
Unseen Servant. It's a level 1.
Unseen. Yeah, okay. All right, a little level 1 spell, Unseen Servant. Let's see. Perform simple tasks. On each of your turns, you can command it to move and interact with an object. I think you have to see the object. I think it's too dumb for you to be like, go find me a clue or a notebook, or like you have to. It's more like you give it tasks like hold this door shut or open the window or sweep the floor or do those sorts of things. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good idea. The spell is just too stupid.
Right. Do I see like a? You said that there's a castle type like structure in front of me.
Yeah, it's a big squarish stone structure about like 200 feet to a side. Takes up the middle of the village. Looks very old. It has vines growing up all around it. Its outside seem to be carved, but you can't really see them because it's dark and it's covered in vines. There's a not a promenade, but there's like a little area around it made out of like brick, like wood or like sun-cured brick, creating a little plaza. But it's the only stone structure, the only permanent structure really in the village, and that's definitely where the chanting is coming from.
Okay. I'm just gonna go back to the group then.
Okay. Sure.
And kind of tell them what I saw. Or I guess what I heard, because I didn't actually see who was making the noise. So I return to the group and I say, the village appears to be abandoned, and not willingly by its usual inhabitants. The chanting is coming from a large structure, and I was not able to see who was inside. Also, there were dogs, and they were chewing on something disgusting.
Yeah, and to like punctuate that, you can hear like barking in the distance. Maybe we see the dogs, like one of them grab an arm and like run off, and the other ones chase it.
I did hear distinctly 4 voices, not very good ones, mind you. There could be more people inside.
Yeah, actually, can you make a perception check for me, Daxa? Okay. All right. I will tell you this. You were able to tell how many voices there were. Yeah. When you're like not very good ones. Yeah, they're definitely not like trained musicians or anything. And also, it sounds like they've been doing this a while. Like it sounds like their voices are like worn, like very very worn. Like they've been chanting nonstop for a long time.
Okay. And I don't know what language it is.
No, yeah, you pick out the individual words, and like you're a bard, so you could like replicate any part of that chant yourself, but it would be like phonetically reproducing a language you don't understand.
Right. Okay.
Wizard, can you trap people inside that hut of yours?
They would have to enter. Maybe I've never tried.
Another question.
Curious.
What happens if you cast it on a building? Does it take the place of that building?
No, it has to be open space where it fails.
I'm just staring at the ground.
It's not very big, so I'd have to like, it wouldn't capture anything too big.
Can you make how many entrances does it have, or exits?
It's infinite, like my knowledge.
I'm glad that knowledge was the last word of that sentence.
Oh, me.
Well, Commander, what would you like to do?
Oh, wow, I gotta make all the choices.
They could be allies keeping the undead at bay. You said they weren't servants.
How
They are.
Oh, sorry. Like the goats and everything that's been. Does it look like it happened recently? Like.
You want to
Last day.
CSI D&D this shit?
I mean, I just want to see if like whatever had done this may still be here or if it's moved on.
Make an investigation check.
All right, let's see.
Based on blood splatters
Jesus.
and what have you. All right.
Bloated bodies and rigor mortis, more likely.
Yeah, you got an 11. I'll say this: it looks like there's more blood and signs of battle than there are bodies. So you can see by drag marks and what have you that it looks like for the most part this village has been cleaned out. You probably caught the tail end of that process with the Wraith and his friends. So at a glance, it's hard to tell with undead because any body could come back.
If I grab the leg of a goat and move it, it's like not swollen and popping and stiff.
Yeah, it's relatively recent. But the heat and stuff makes that hard to be precise. And also
Yeah.
there's no science really available to you. Yeah.
Uh, a rester would be nice. So there's, from what we think, 4 possibly old chanters.
Well, if the wizard is not lying, we could camp in there and just watch.
Just want to go in there and just camp and watch them.
Yeah.
Well, this spell is very loud, so I couldn't like do it without them knowing.
Well, if they're bad, then we'll just camp inside, and then when we're done camping, we could just fight them.
But what if they bring allies and we force outside of the thing?
I think that they don't know they don't know we're here. We have an advantage. Say we go in
There's only 4.
that we know of. We didn't actually look in, but
Well,
is anyone comfortable sneaking back in and trying to get more information?
if that's what you command me to do, Commander, I'll do it.
All right. That's my command. Get in there and learn something. Scout this out.
All right. If anyone has any help, I'm going to make a stealth check and try to go into town to see what the fuck they're chanting about.
Okay.
All right, here's the roll. Hey!
So stealthy.
I do some squats, some leg stretches before I go in, of course.
Hold on. Let me cast a very powerful protective aura about you. It will protect you.
This is
Don't
when
worry.
Dan fireballs everybody games over.
Don't worry. You are now safe. I've cast the spell on you. You are protected.
Okay, what is your illusion?
Just put the 10 on him.
It's like this shimmer of just a little bit of a shimmer in front of his
Mm-hmm.
body, just a little bit. Just looks like there's something there. Just protective force.
Okay. All right.
The light shows easier on this, but okay.
It's of great power. You don't
It's a
don't
stealth
worry.
field. It's octo camo.
Yeah.
And then and so you wanna sneak up towards the temple.
Yep. Dax,
All right.
are you following me? Is that what that roll was? Anne? Oh yeah, she is. Okay.
Okay.
that's-
All right. So Daxa and Mop skulk away into the shadows, and I think before we end the episode, we linger on Dim and Luther in the abandoned village, and so we sort of hang on them, and we can see like one of the buildings still kind of burning in the background. Maybe a piece of the timber holding the building like tumbles over, and sparks kind of like fly up in the sky, and the little sparks illuminate the two of you standing nervously together as your friends disappear into the darkness.
Great. All right.
Cool.
We'll finish up this 2-shot next Tuesday, 4:00 Eastern for that. But for now, let's do some shout outs before we go record this Patreon video. Dan, let's start with you.
Hi, I'm DansGaming, /DansGaming on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, easy to find. Variety streamer. Just finished Final Fantasy 12, so I don't know what I'm playing next, so I'll have to figure that out. But it's been a great episode. I like this new character. He's fun to play, and I can't wait to do it next Tuesday.
Cool stuff. Mr. Ken, do some shout outs.
Hey, what's up? I'm Cementos Ken. It's Cementos Ken on everything. Yeah, you can link me up there. We got my own little Dungeons and Dragons show that's on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. Central. You can come by and check that out, see if you like it. And I've enjoyed playing this. It's kind of, it's a little harder to be like, oh, hey, guys, I've never played with before. Sure, I'll take your leadership role with a DM I've never played with before.
You're the one that took Commander, man. That's on you.
Yes. So like the whole time, I'm like, to roleplay the character is like so negative. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I hope to see you guys next time.
Awesome stuff. Anne, do some shout outs.
Yep. Hi guys.
That's
Ammunition
not Ann.
on
Just keep
everything.
talking.
Yeah. What's up?
Move
His
your mouth.
or-
Yeah, move your mouth for us, Ken.
I won't be streaming tonight because I'm still very sick and I'm trying to get better. But I will be live tomorrow. Probably playing some more Overwatch. And then I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week for more Court of Swords. Good job, Ken.
No problem.
Beautiful.
You guys thought Ken was cosplaying Adam, but actually he's cosplaying Anne. Tricks on you. Adam, do some shout outs.
Happily. Thanks for coming, everybody. Especially big ups to Cinnamon Toast Ken, aka alternate fighting game skin Adam. It was cool getting to prep this this 2-shot and kind of like throw y'all into the situation. I like getting to explore the other parts of the universe. If you have questions about any of the stuff from today's episode, I've got the Q&A up at community.itmeJP.com. And I hope that I will see all of you again this weekend for Worldwide Wrestling. It's going to be sweet. It's going to be right here on Saturday. And yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv/Adam Coble or on Twitter at skinnyghost.
Awesome stuff. Once again, shout out to the cast for getting this ready about 48 hours in advance, and also Adam for planning the campaign. We're going to go do a Patreon post-show video. If you want to watch that, it's over at patreon.com/roleplay. After we record, it's not live or anything. It's just a video that you can watch. And if not, we'll see you for Worldwide Wrestling on Saturday or for Court of Swords next week at 4 o'clock Eastern. We're out, though. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.